Now, as they are getting ready, prepared to send other troops over into Afghanistan as a flood to say we're going after this man who knocked down the Twin Tower Trade Center building, then that's where God is signifying that He is going to help the woman, which is the children of the Abraham. And once He do this, once it's consumed this, then it's going to be an all-out world war. And God gave me this vision the first no, December 24th, 2001, before I was driven out into the wilderness in 2002. That's how I know this. Yeah, it was December 24th, as carried over into the 25th. This is when I saw this here. So apparently, somewhere in this part, I'm not saying this is the day that God given me in question where this major offenses would happen, a World War III, where a mighty bomb might be unleashed over there. It was alleged that they were building two major bombs that will take and penetrate, would melt down into the earth. Only thing I can see what caused this dark bed where I couldn't see beneath this here, if the weapons that they will use of mass destruction take and hit again one of those crude oil boxes under the earth with a great magnitude of hot heat going through there and piercing these here crude oil boxes, it's going to be a fire where no man could consume and put it out. But this will cause a great and a massive fallout. It will cause a great and massive fallout because God have led them over there to make them curse themselves, make them become victimized by their own hand. And once He do this, and if this magnitude be so great, then the rest of the remaining of earth is going to look at this nation which went over there and stayed over there trying to take the resources of those peoples. They're going to look at them with hatred. And when they look at them with hatred, why did they stay over there? The whole earth will be cursed if they use these bombs over there and they melt through the earth. That's why God sent me here as a prophet to warn them of their transgression. God has done this, but He causing the man to do this because out of his own hand. I want to show you where I want to go because my target point is Jeremiah. You can't please, you can't please a peoples or a nation or peoples and who cannot be pleased. You can't do it. It doesn't matter what He asks of you today. If you obey Him, His will today, He will ask for twice as much tomorrow. We look at a measure how the past health care reform here in America, they said, allege that everybody would have to have insurance. This is the part that I'm going to read here in Jeremiah is concerning this matter. It's all because of the rich man. The rich man want to create his domain where he can never be poor, that every time that he began to fall, he placed the least up under him where he'll have a cushion to fall. If anybody gonna suffer the brunt of the pain, it have to be the poor man first. So when you pass a law say everybody must have health insurance, even if they don't have no job, then if you don't have a job, then you're in violation of the law of the land of democracy because you don't have any health insurance. In other words, you wouldn't have sold yourself to the devil, but the government would be taking ownership on you because you don't have money to pay for your health insurance. This is where we're going with this. It's all because of the rich man. The rich man owns the bank. He owns the hospitals. He owns the insurance companies. And when you is compared by government to that you every man have to have a woman and child must be insured. The same as they said you cannot drive a vehicle unless it be insured. This is the law. Well, if this become the law, then they have sold every man, woman, and child on this planet lot to the rich man. You're no longer ownership of your own life. You're no longer a ownership of your freedom. You have lost all your means of bargaining because your soul can be sold for naught simply because you don't have insurance. This is one of the devastating things that could have happened to the poor people. They would not leave us alone. They brought us and caused us to become who they was, said that this was to better the peoples. But many of the poor peoples, during my upbringing, they always had remedies where we never had to go to a doctor. They had different plants and herbs that we went. But when they created laboratories and created this chemical, that chemical, to make us feel better, and they got us away from enduring pain, and made us take some of the pain instead of learning how to endure it, and instead of letting us endure sickness, they took and created a situation, and when it ended up, it led us straight to our ownership be placed into the hands of the rich man. What other sinister measures? Even if you are not a donor to donate your heart or your organs, if they own you, you become their property because you had no insurance to pay for your health care. Then, through the law, to sell your claim, then this man will sooner or later will have a right to sell your organs and what donate your organ, what you not to sell, whether you agreed to it or not, to sell your debt. And when these measures come, who to say that they will not take a man's life just on the same purpose, pretending that he was going to die anyway, just to donate his organ? All of this is the sinister mindset of the rich man. We have to understand where we are going. I gave you the white horse here, red horse, black horse, and the pale horse. The pale horse is the one that we are here now. When they take and invade with a large mega force, and they be consumed, spoken of in Revelation chapter 12. Then we will see the pale horse. I'm the black horse. White horse came, the red horse, black horse and myself. Red horse was President George W. Bush. White horse is Alexander Graham. Pale horse is the forces of sorrow, who understand only sinister measures spoken of in Daniel chapter 7, the horn with the little eyes. Well, getting away from that's Revelation chapter 6. I want to go into the prophecy of Jeremiah. This is where I want to start today, and the prophecy of Jeremiah. But first, before I get to Jeremiah, I want to speak concerning the matter, how this came to be. I cannot speak this too many times. It's impossible. In Genesis chapter 6, when the sons of God bare children unto the daughters of men. That's where it all began at. That's created peoples that we know now as the Gentiles, who have become